So Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by undefeated welterweight Chris Kongo. Chris, how are you?
All good, bro. You right?
Yeah, good. Not causing as many dramas on social media as you are at the moment, it seems, or at least last night. Getting into it,
What can I say?
Florian Marku, short of an
hmm
opponent at short notice for this Saturday night, and you threw your hat in the ring. What was the thinking?
The thinking was I just wanted to fight. It was simple. They said the opponent pulled out. Who's ready? And I said, yeah, I'm ready to go. But they're banking on me making 147 at such short notice, which they know is a myth. But I can make close to that, which is only a couple kilos away. It's only a couple pounds away, which I said I want to make 150. And they said no, they were banking on 147. But it's crazy because the other day, I think he boxed someone and he weighed himself, he was 150. So it's a bit weird, don't you think?
I think it's weird, but I also think the idea of any welterweight fighting you at a few days' notice is quite a scary proposition. And I mean that with the utmost respect. I mean, did you think when you threw the challenge out that there was much chance they'd actually agree to it?
Probably. I mean, you never know. You just got to chance it, you know? So that's what I done. I chanced it.
I mean, he's unbeaten. He's largely untested, certainly as a pro so far. What do you make of him as a fighter generally?
He's a decent fighter, decent pressure fighter, but I've been fighting pressure fighters all my life, man. Everyone always thinks the same. Just put immense pressure on Chris Kongo, and now is probably the worst time to do that. Um, because, like I always say, any pressure fighter is gonna eventually walk onto something. And in my last fight, I said it, and that's what happened. And in any fighter like Florian Marku, they're of course gonna walk onto something.
Is one of the biggest attractions in fighting him is that he's been calling a lot of people out recently. It's an opportunity to go up against someone who people were saying previously was avoided.
Yeah, he said he wanted to fight anyone, innit? So when I put my name in there, then they weren't really on it. Well, I was supposed to fight on the Billy Joe Saunders undercard. Our opponent pulled out. We was looking for opponents left, right, and center. And then he said he would fight anybody. So that's when we called for him. And at that time, I would have made 147 as usual. But they declined the fight. Straight away, they declined the fight. They wasn't interested at all. And then I had no fight. So I went by my business. I went to, as usual, as fighters do, eat to whatever I want to eat. You know, I didn't blow up too big. But I blew up enough to not be able to make 147 for Saturday. But yeah, like I said, I was still ready anyway. I was back in the gym regardless. I was sparring and I was just staying active just in case.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter last night Sam Jones, Florian's manager, came back and said, "Yeah, it's fine. We'll do it if you can make 147." So he knew basically that you weren't going to make that weight, right?
Of course, because my fight had been cancelled. He knew we offered him the fight.
Yeah,
My
the
fight had
previous
been
show.
cancelled. So he knows that Chris didn't fight. He's probably back out. He's probably not been in the gym, but I was in the gym. That's what people don't know. I was in the gym. So yeah, man, it's just a shame that I couldn't make the weight. But at the end of the day, like I said, and everybody's saying it, what's really £3 difference? What is that? That's nothing. It's not a championship fight. We're not fighting for no title. We can fight to defend my title, yeah, of course, but it's not a title fight. And they wanted it as a 6 rounder. I wanted to get out 6 rounds. Don't mind, you know. But it is what it is now.
Would you have had more respect for them if they'd have just said, "Look, Chris Congo's far too dangerous an opponent for 4 days' notice. We're going to pass," rather than use the weight as a reason not to fight?
100%. I would have preferred they just come and say, you know what? No, we don't want to fight, Chris. That's too much of a dangerous fight. 4 days' notice. I would have respected that more. But where they've come and tried to use this 147 term, it don't make sense. You know?
So what does the future now hold for you? Like you said, you couldn't get out on the Saunders bill. The Florian Marku fight, we believe he's going to be fighting Jamie Stewart. That's not been confirmed yet, but we believe that's what's going to happen this weekend. When will we next see you out, and who's it likely to be against now?
Um, I'm probably gonna be out probably next year sometime January on the Dylan White Povetkin undercard. Not too sure yet. Gonna go back to my management team and talk opponents, but we want good opponents, man. We want credible opponents, you know. So that's what we're gonna be working towards.
Whereabouts are you in terms of the British title? Because you got a really good win last time out. Are you beyond that level now, or would you still like to fight for the British?
I would love to fight for the British title. Like I said, I would love to fight for the British. The fight in on the Billy Joe Saunders undercard was supposed to be me versus Liam Taylor for um, the eliminator for the British title. So that didn't happen, and he pulled out. So what does that mean for me? Does that make me straight mandatory from the winner of Essuman and Jenkins? You know, I would love to fight the winner of them two. Um, Apart from that, if I don't get to fight for the British title this year, we're just gonna keep moving forward.
Where do you see yourself in terms of the welterweights generally? Because you've got guys like Conor Benn, Josh Kelly, kind of on the fringes of world class, and then that next level down, you've got the likes of Jenkins, Essuman, who are going to fight, and so on. Would you say you're in the middle of those two camps at the moment?
No, I'm at the top. I'm at the top of the food chain. I always have to say that. I always believe in myself. I don't think no Brit right now can beat me, and I'm at my best. And like I said, I'm on my way up now. This is my way up. I had a good win from 16 months out, and I'm on my way up now. So whoever they put in front of me now is just going to get beat. This is my time, and I believe it. And obviously, you can see people don't want to fight me because they know that, raw, this is Chris's time now. He's coming.
I think you got a lot of praise last night as well for putting that challenge out on social media because while most people recognise it probably wouldn't come to fruition, is someone who, in yourself, who's maybe not talked about enough, and you're now putting yourself out there, and at least people are talking about you.
Well, at the end of the day, in this game, I realized closed mouths don't get fed. You know,
Mm.
if I was quiet, then what would have happened? They would have said, "Oh, he didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing." And at the end of the day, I was ready anyway. He's saying I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I was ready. I am ready now. So if they called me now and said, "Yeah, we'll make the fight at 150," I'm there. I'm going. I'll drive myself, pack my bag. I'll go to the Hilton in Wembley.
Yeah, well, there's still COVID tests to go, so let's wait and see what happens. You never
Let's
know.
see. Let's see. Of
Opportunity
course.
could yet knock. All right,
Of
well,
course.
fingers crossed. If it doesn't happen, fingers crossed we see you back out in January in a good fight. I think everyone's
Mm-hmm.
keen to watch you progress and develop.
Mm-hmm.
But really
Yeah.
appreciate your time, and yeah,
Thank you, bro.
hope it comes together sooner rather than later.
No problem. It will do.
Cheers,
God
Chris.
willing. All right. Cheers.
Take care, mate. Speak soon.